There are very few things I enjoy more. They're not coming from me, don't worry about that. There are very few things I enjoy more than understanding how people spend and do not spend their money. Alright, so boom, wagwan bro, welcome back to another installment of Edutainment, a place where you're laughing, being entertained, but most importantly, where you're learning something that you can apply to your own personal life and make it better. So no long talk, let's understand how PJ Washington spent his first $1 million.
Hey everybody, this is PJ Washington. I'm at home in quarantine practicing social distancing, and I hope you guys are doing the same. This is how I spent and saved my first $1 million. Before we get started, I just wanted to give a big shout out to all the healthcare workers. We really appreciate what you guys are doing for everybody in the communities. It's a hard time for our country financially, but I just wanted to take the time to share with you guys how hard work has gotten me where I am today. I first started playing basketball when I was like 5 years old. I can remember shooting on little tight rims and then going to the YMCA and playing in the leagues where you had to wear the same wristband as the person you were guarding. In like 4th grade, I had a feeling that I was better than everybody else because we were at this AAU tournament and I had like 40 points. At that moment, I was just like, if I take this serious, I feel like I can get somewhere with this. In high school, I did have allowance from my dad. If I had a triple-double in a game, my dad would give me $100. So I would be in the game counting out all my stats every time I got something.
And how many triple-doubles did you have in high school?
I think it was like 5. I decided to go to Kentucky because I felt like it was the best path for me to get to the NBA with John Calipari and what he does with his players. My biggest spendings as a college student was definitely shoes. Any Nikes that came out, I was trying to get them, and Jordans as well. Also video games, pretty much. I was a game head, still am, so those are my two biggest things I would buy. Being drafted was kind of hard to describe because in the green room, whoever's getting picked next, they put all the cameras in front of your face. So you kind of know when you're getting picked. When they said with the 12th pick, I was looking down and then I looked up and then all the cameras in my face. So I kind of smiled a little bit. I couldn't say anything. So I was just excited to have my family there with me and my agent and my coach, Calipari, as well.
I think you and Tyler were in the same draft, right?
Yeah. I think we were just really excited just to be in the green room together. For me to go 12 and him to go 13, I think that was really big for both of us. I mean,
you know, this is like your atypical or typical rags to riches story. And because I'm gonna talk about finance, personal finance, and how to make money specifically on YouTube, essentially, understand like when you see YouTube ads, most of the time they always talk about their own personal rags to riches story because it's easier to resonate with somebody who also came from the bottom, essentially, or came from less fortune and then arose to success. So when you see YouTube ads, just be cautious that, you know, it may not be as dire a situation as they are portraying to you, right? It's one thing for your father to give you a small loan of $1 million, but it's another thing to actually, you know, be in the trenches, like you literally were damn near in poverty, right? So just be careful, just be understanding of the marketing people in general do on YouTube or whatever platform to try and resonate you with their own rags to riches story. You know what I'm saying?
That night we just couldn't really think about anything else. My contract is 4 years, 17.8 million. Once I heard the number, it honestly didn't feel real. You don't get any money till like November, so you don't see any checks or anything. I mean, at the time I didn't have any money, so it didn't feel like I had money. It's extremely important to save your money, and it's really important to have somebody that helps you through the process. I found my financial advisor with my dad. Me and my dad would go around and interview a bunch of people. The plans we discussed with my financial advisor, 20% of everything goes into a spending account, and 80% of everything goes into a savings account. Growing up, I've always...
Alright, so he's investing at least, or saving at least 80% of it. That's a good rate. You can definitely afford to do that because his income is so high, right? I rock with that.
I wanted to open my own car dealership because my dad used to work at car.
Oh, and just for you, your own personal situation, I know personal finance is pretty basic, but sometimes you just need a reminder. Always pay yourself first. Once you pay yourself first, essentially put that money into your deposit, your savings account, then you work with the rest of the expenses that you have to deal with. $3,000 every 2 weeks, put at least 20%, 30% of it directly into your savings account, or you can do that automatically and then go about your day, and then you would just naturally start getting a more robust savings account over time, right? But a lot of things that we tend to forget is paying ourselves first.
When I was really young, I used to come home with different cars pretty much every day, so that's one of my plans in the future. I definitely want to own a car dealership. Okay, we talked about how I save my money, and this is how I spend my money. First thing I ever got was 2 apartments, one for me and then one for my family. Both apartments are in Charlotte, and actually they're like 10 doors apart from each other. I got apartments in the same building because we're a close family, so I felt it was easier for us to spend time together once they come in town. Whenever my sister comes down from school, she'll stay with them. I have an extra room in here, so my little brother stays with me. I really want to buy a house, but I'm saving that purchase for the future. Just trying to think smart and save my money the best way as possible. 2 apartments, one for me and one for my family for the year, $60K.
Okay, I get you personally wanting to have an apartment because, especially his career, it can be very likely that he'll get traded or he'll go somewhere else. Or just as a young person, you're not sure whether or not you will stay in one city for a long period of time. But at least for your family, getting them a house or condo type of thing or something, I think would be more advisable because they're probably not leaving wherever they are anytime soon. So sell the old house, get them a condo or some type of actual like real estate, and then go about your day. I'm just saying, like, for you personally as a single bachelor, I get it, right? You don't want to be tied down to any one place. You don't want to deal with lawn care or other issues that arise with owning a house, right? It can be kind of detrimental sometimes. Or at the very least, you buy a rental property and have them deal with all the day-to-day things that arise with that property. You know what I'm saying? I guess. This just in. PJ Washington is not single. So PJ, where is the Brittany Renner fund?
My next big purchase, my Porsche Panamera, because after my freshman year, 2 of my teammates, I came back and they were driving them, so I was just like, yeah, this is the car I wanted. So once I got all my money, that's what I purchased. I bought the car out of Louisville, Kentucky. I went with my dad, obviously because he was in the car business, and my dad does a good job of negotiating, so he definitely got the price down for me. The Porsche was $140,000. The interior is red. I pretty much have all the windows tinted as well. Porsche upgrades, $2,300.
I've never understood the allure of buying a new car. Right? The new car feeling only lasts for maybe 2-3 months, 6 months, if anything. But you spend $140K on the car. I'm pretty sure it was brand new, right? But like, come on, bro. You can probably get the same type of car 2 or 3 years after its release date at a more discounted price. You can think if you buy a car 2 or 3 years after its the initial like release date, you probably get it at a much more discounted price. You know what I'm saying? So that new car feel, that new car desire, I've never really understood it. Maybe because I don't drive, but I guess.
Do you always want to buy a car? Did you see that when you went back to one?
I mean, I just felt like it was simple. I mean, it doesn't really get too dirty, so that's why I wanted it. I have another car. Actually, I have 2 other cars. I have a Range Rover, and I also have a Tesla. I bought the Range Rover because...
Nigga, how many cars do you need, bro? Nigga! 3 cars for 2 legs. Maybe he might have bought it for his family, but that still could, you know. Okay, let me just hear some more context.
The Porsche, I feel like I'm a big guy, so the Range Rover just kind of fit better for me. And then I also got a Tesla because my brother needs a car, and pretty much I didn't want him driving all my stuff, so I just let him use that all the time. Range Rover, $130K. Tesla, $112K.
Okay, so he got it for his brother, I guess. But together, the car and the other cars and the Porsche upgrades, essentially he's dropped $269 on both. That could have at least been a small house or a house for your parents rather than paying rent for them. No, you as a person, like I said, you as a bachelor, young bachelor, I get it. You don't want to like be tied down, but at least for them, your family, get them an actual real estate. You know what I'm saying? At least in your name too. It doesn't matter.
Before I got in the league, I was kind of into fashion, but now that I'm in the league, I'm a lot more into it than I was. I got a couple custom suits from, I think the company's called Owolabby, and it's out of Los Angeles. The favorite thing I bought was probably my draft suit. It was dark blue and black, and it was like, it had really cool designs on it. It was dope. Top 3 fashion on the team, definitely Dwayne Bacon, Terry Rozier, and probably Miles Bridges. I'm a close fourth though. One of my teammates, Dwayne Bacon, has his own line called Fast Section. Everybody's really into it over here in Charlotte. My favorite shopping stores, Barney's, Saks Fifth, Neiman Marcus. Those are pretty much the 3 I use the most.
What was your favorite store before you were drafted?
Probably Foot Locker, House of Hoops. Clothing, I spend about $80K.
So when it comes to clothing, I like a more of a everyday person thing. Like, ask yourself, just in general, anything you buy online, in person, whatever you do, what is the ROI of this purchase? If you always ask yourself, what am I getting out of this purchase? Is it making me more money? Is it making me healthier? Is it making my relationship better? Is it making my life easier in one way or another? If it's not really doing that, then you just probably stick to more basic clothing. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, think about your purchases in terms of how many hours of work it would take you to make that money back. So if something costs $100, maybe it takes you 2 hours or 3 hours to make that money back. And if it's worth it to you, then do you.
I've always wanted jewelry, but I just never wanted like too much. I just wanted a couple chains and maybe 1 or 2 watches. I don't have any watches, but I have a chain and some earrings.
And where did you buy your chain and earrings?
Jason Beverly Hills. First, I got a pendant. It's kind of an emoji, but it says my name. That was like $15,000. And then once I got the pendant, I wanted a Cuban. It's a Chinese emoji. It means acceptable, but it says PJ right there. I just use it all the time on my Instagram, and then I just got a chain for it. After that, I just got some earrings to go with it.
Are those the ones you have on right now?
Yeah. Altogether, it was about $45,000.
I hope that's a tax write-off or something. I don't know, man.
I got my first tattoo once I got to college. It was a verse on my chest. It was a tattoo artist in Kentucky. I think his name is Mikey. Yeah. Once I got to the NBA, I wanted to get more, so I spent $8K on my sleeve. Tattoos, $8,000. I have the all-seeing eye looking over, some doves, some crosses, and then on the rest of the sleeve, I have it's like a gambling section, and then it basically says like bet on me. I just kind of tied it into each other. The artist is actually from Delaware, and his name is Mark Johnson. His Instagram is Jeezy Tattoos. Dope guy, pretty much probably one of the best tattoo artists out there.
Who has the best tattoos on the team, and who has the worst tattoos, do you think?
Honestly, I think we all have good tattoos, but I think everybody has some tattoos that they probably wish they never got. I think we're all in both categories, so.
Do you have plans for future tattoos?
Tattoos hurt, so I just gotta think about it.
Alright, so as y'all can see, all these extra discretionary purchases, there is money out there in the world. Stop having the limiting belief that there's not enough money, or that you can't make more money, or there's not enough money for you. Look at this. There's money out there in the world. There's money. You just need to get yours. There's too much money out there in the world that doesn't belong to me. Think about it that way. Think about it that way.
I want to give a special shout out to my best purchase yet, my dog. His name is Zeus. He's an XL bully. I think he's 11 months right now. He's about 125 pounds. He's just lovable. He doesn't bite. He just wants to play all day. And whenever I'm playing my video games, he's always trying to get in the way of that. So he just definitely wants attention all the time. We had dogs growing up. I had a Shih Tzu mixed with Chihuahua. And then we got a Pit Bull. Once I had a USA thing, so I went overseas. And when I came back, nobody had told me, but my mom had to give him away. I was kind of bummed about that one. So once I got to the NBA, that was something I wanted to get. Zeus was $5,000.
I love good pets. They add a lot of extra, comfort or emotional relief, you could say.
The last big purchase of the year for me is a personal chef. All the best advice young guys to get a chef, just to eat right. You have to keep your body in tip-top shape, and eating right is one of the biggest things you need. He cooks lunch and dinner. Usually for breakfast, I'm always at the facility eating, so I didn't want him to cook breakfast. His name is TK, and one of my family friends.
All right, so I rock with a personal chef. That's definitely a must cop. So that's essentially for his business or his lifestyle. That could be a tax write-off as well, right? So anytime you have an incorporated business or a sole proprietorship, just look for things that you're purchasing that either make your business more money or help you in one way or another. But any business expense, note it, keep track of it, and file it for your tax purposes the next year. You know what I'm saying? But yo, God bless, much love, peace, and joy. Namaste. Always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. Flip the script, I'm out.
I know you feel asleep through the day and awake when that moonlight hits. I know you stay out looking at your life and you didn't think